Hey everyone, I'm Natan over here, counselor, coach, and leadership trainer. Responsibility is one of the most important things for us to teach the next generation. Yet, there are some harsh realities that we need to understand in order for them to actually take it on. That's what we're talking about in this video. So let's start with the generations before mine. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, the responsibility on them was taught by life experience. It was life or death. We're talking about world wars. We're talking about depressions. We're talking about almost starvation. We're talking about my eldest uncle at the age of 15 had to go out to work, learn a trade to provide for his family because my grandfather had already passed away. Without him doing so, without him taking on that responsibility, his mother, brother, and sister would not have eaten. So responsibility in that generation was a do or die. Therefore, in some ways, it was actually easier to make part of their life because they realized that they needed to do it. In our generation, where things are quite fluffy and easy compared to that, it may be even more difficult to teach responsibility. I want to give a few tips over here. Some of them I have learned the hard way teaching myself and our children about responsibility. Number one, I like to call less is more and let them win. What do I mean by that? If you go to the gym and you're like, I've never done this before, but I'm going to lift the most massive weight in the world so that I feel that I win and I'm strong. And you go and you try and pick it up and you break your back because it's just far too difficult for you, you're not going to want to go back to the gym. No, never again. That is now a regret that you took on too much and you're afraid to even go and lift a lighter weight. Same thing with a child and responsibility. Give your child responsibility that they can handle, that they can actually win at. Sometimes giving them less responsibility is more because when they win at that responsibility, they feel good about it, you praise them for it, they may want to come back and they probably will want to come back to do more. Yet if you give them too much, Johnny, this is the list of everything that needs to be done today. You need to take off the washing, do the dishwasher, and sweep the floor. And they're going to fail at that because it's too much for them. They're not going to want to come back and do more. It's like you never again. That weight that was too heavy. But if you give them something that they can win at, their self-belief around responsibility becomes positive and they're going to want more. It's all about the delivery. You know that saying, I don't really know what it means, but that's what I want to talk about now. When we ask, request, demand for our child to take on a certain responsibility, it's going to make a difference how we deliver that to them, how we ask them or demand that they do it. And what I want you to know is it's not only got to be age appropriate the way that we speak to our children, it's got to be character appropriate as well. This is something I've learned the hard way with our own children. I'll give you an example. Some children will, let's say we're very stressed, Mum and Dad are very stressed, we've got a lot on, and therefore we need you to take on a certain responsibility. Some characters of children and people, but we're talking about children now, will go, oh, okay, I want to help Mum and Dad. How exciting that they're entrusting me. I'll take on that responsibility and it'll take some of the stress off Mum and Dad. Other children will not focus on, wow, I can take responsibility to help with the stress. They're going to focus on the stress that Mum and Dad have. And they're going to worry about the stress that Mum and Dad have. So some characters are correct to say why, to express to them why I need you to take on this responsibility. And some, it's not. Some we have to actually keep that from them so that they respond well to it, depending not only on their age, but also their character. Take character into consideration when delivering your responsibility to your children. Positivity around them taking on responsibility is the biggest key to them wanting to do more. It may be that they took responsibility to wash up and they left stuff in the cup. And that's really irritating to you because now you've got to do it again. But if you want your child to take on more responsibility, you need to praise them and lift them up for taking the responsibility rather than just pointing out where they did wrong. Maybe they went and they wanted to take the dog for a walk. but they only took the dog for a walk for 10 minutes instead of 12 minutes. But they took the dog for a walk, and that is to celebrate. That is not to deny they could do a better job next time washing up. They could take the dog for a longer walk next time. That's fine. But if we only concentrate on the negative of how they didn't do it fully to what we wanted, how we wanted it, that is what we are going to see them focus on, rather than a praise and a happiness with them that they took on responsibility. Responsibility is an honor, and it should be an enjoyment for them to want to do more. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for taking responsibility to teach responsibility to the next generation. If you want more powerful, inspirational, skill-providing videos like this, click on the subscribe button. Now, see you there.